It's time to play everyone's favorite game, Design Dash. Please welcome your host, Ryan Haywood.
Ahoy friends, welcome back to episode number 4, can you believe it, of Design Dash, the show where the web design process becomes unpredictable. I'm your host and friendly neighborhood designer, Ryan Haywood, and today I'm joined by Tom. Tom, how are you? Oh, he's got his camera working.
I'm muted. That's fine.
There we go.
Hey guys, how you going? I'm joining Ryan here today. I'm pretty excited. We're going to do a nice website redesign. How you feeling, Ryan?
I'm good. Tom's our first official judge of Design Dash, so we've made a few adjustments to the format, which I'll run you guys through in a second. But Tom is the great designer that he is, pun intended, because he's not a designer.
We saw this last week, didn't we? I mean,
we did see this last week.
Spiced it up a bit.
Yeah, he made some improvements, but yeah, we'll see how he goes today. Anyway, let's get into the show, guys. Let me run you down on how it's going to work. So over the next 70 minutes, we're going to both design and build a website in Editor X. We already have a website design, which we're going to pimp and flip and renovate into a much better and much more upgraded website. We're going to do it over 5 or 6 different rounds, and each round is going to have a different twist where we spin a wheel of mayhem and see what crazy challenge comes up that we have to kind of implement into our design. At the end of the 6th round, we should have a complete website built and launched in Editor X. Again, huge shout out to Editor X for actually sponsoring this series of Design Dash. If you guys want to experience the new standard in website design, head to editorx.com or the link in the description. Without further ado, actually, before we do that, if you guys want to join in at home, you can sign up for EditorX. It's free. They're a great tool, and you'll see that today. And use the hashtag Design Dash and hashtag created on EditorX to join in on the fun. Join in on this challenge with us. You're about to see the old website design a new one with us, share it with us so we can share it as well. But without further ado, Tom, let's play Design Dash.
Alright, let's see what we're doing today, Ryan. So what are we doing today?
I just called you Dom, that's not good.
You called me Dom. I think we'll let that slide this time.
This is where we get like the claps, like, ooh, the price is right. Alright, bit of background on this. This was one of my very first website designs that I ever did. This is the first one I could actually find online. So essentially this was done through a design contest online, and the contest was valued at $349. So what I thought would be cool today, if we take this and renovate it and flip it, and then at the end of the Design Dash challenge, Tom, this is where your part comes in. You're going to give it a new price on what you think it's valued, and you can tell me whether it's gone up in price or down in value. And Tom, I'm going to give you a few criteria as well to what to judge it off, but I think we'll do pretty well. I got fingers crossed anyway. If I can't improve from my design 6 years ago, then something's not good. All right, Tom.
The design you've got there is, it's not that bad. I think it looks pretty good.
Like all things considered, not too shabby, I would say.
What do you think you can improve from here? Do you reckon?
What do I think?
For just looking at this main page here, we don't have an interactive version of this, do we?
No. So yeah, we're just going off the top part there. I think overall, it's just very generic, and I think the messaging is not super clear. Look, overall, it's actually not too bad of a website design. Like if I was given that for $300, I'd actually be, somewhat happy.
Yeah.
But I think there's a few things that we could do with it. So Tom, let's jump into it and see what happens. Round number 1, shall we?
All right, let's get this thing started.
All right, here we go. Round number 1. All right, round number 1, as you guys already know, that we don't have any restrictions. So I can go in and essentially design whatever I want, which is great. So essentially what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start by trying to copy the format as much as possible. So obviously, when we look at this, we've got a bit of a hero section. We've got a bit of a contact call to action. It's probably best to kind of just point out and label a few of the things that I would fix. So firstly, that navigation seems to be broken, which is weird. How do you spell broken? There we go. Broken with a capital K. I like it. So the navigation seems to be broken. We've got this purchase call to action here, which doesn't really make much sense. like purchase what? Is it just one product do they sell? Do they have multiple purchases? They got a phone number there. So I think it's really important to keep the same sort of information, since that's kind of what the original brief kind of stated. But you know, just improving it, enhancing the website overall. What else have we got here? We've kind of got this. We've just got a generic learn more call to action, like learn more about what bug fixes and updates aren't enough. Sure, but like I don't really see the pain point there. I think that image is pretty generic. Again, it's just like a laptop. Like why is there just a laptop there? And then when we go down to the bottom bit, we've got a few like carousel items and blocks, defense against 0 day. I presume these are kind of like you know, features of the tool for the product.
Right.
Yeah.
Mate, 4 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. Am I going to see some designing tonight?
Maybe a little bit. Not too much.
Come on.
Alright, let's start designing. So again, we'll probably keep those colors. It's crappy because I don't think I have that logo, so we might just have to like recreate it at some point. Alright, here's what I reckon we do. So yeah, I think that top section, it's not too bad. We might try to get a big hero image. So I'm going to go down Splash and try to find an image real quick. I don't think you guys can see this, but that's alright. So maybe for now we just add another image of like a computer or something like that. Here, I reckon we do this. Like, what's the actual product? Bug fixes. So I presume it's some sort of like, you know, like what, like virusware for your computer, something like that. I would imagine what the product was. Can't remember because it was a long time ago, but I think that was it. All right, let's add some effects to these images. So I reckon what we can do, right? Little hack. Make it look like this image is kind of not being cut off there. We're just going to add a bit of a linear gradient. And what that does is it makes those images those edges a little bit more clean. Make that full. Make that 100%. I was wondering why it wasn't showing. There we go. Cool.
3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, a bit of a glow there. We can do something cool with this image, I reckon. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. All right. Did you say 3 minutes, Tom? God. Might have to hurry up here.
Yeah, you better get a move on. Where that wheel is coming up.
Yeah, we don't want that wheel because the first one will be let Tom design, and then that's when we go downhill. All right, so that's to 100. Nice. That needs to be changed a little bit more like that. All right, that looks pretty good to me. I reckon we can go a little bit bigger with it. We're going to mask that so everything stays between the boundaries that I want it. And that looks pretty clean. You know, there's some nice colors coming out of there. Let's add this kind of hero text here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a couple of rectangles and then I'm going to drag in some rulers just so I know where my container is going to go when I actually build this thing. And then we probably need quite a nice font. So probably something a little bit more techy. Maybe like a Rubik's would be nice. Bug fixes and updates aren't enough. Again, I think we can kind of talk a bit more to a pain point here. But for now, just to get some structure down, let's put it in because we know from experience, we do tend to run out of time quite quickly. Bug fixes and updates aren't enough. Feels a bit Apple-esque. Feels like an Apple website, which is cool. And then, yeah, you'd have like your call to action here. And, you know, we might be able to do something cool with this. I can imagine we have, you know, a bit of a gradient behind this, maybe. Maybe we run that grad from like that color to
1 minute, just under 1 minute.
Maybe like
come on,
blue or something. I think we can do something cool there. Maybe like a bit of a red. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Kind of fits in with that photo of the laptop. Cool. Let's add the call to action. So again, let's just keep the copy the same because we don't want to spend too much time on that for now. Just going to add that learn more call to action. Much clearer. I think it kind of gets lost in that image on the first page. Learn more. There we go. Let's center all that. Bada ding, bada boom. Alright, copy and paste that. That looks good to me. Effects, layer blur. Add a bit of a blur to that. Look at that glow. That's a nice glow, Tom. If I don't say so myself. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna take an alternative here. Let's do this. I reckon. Alright, we're running out of time. I'm just gonna do that.
Time's up.
Alright. Now, if I had to choose one artboard right now, it would obviously be the left. What I was trying to do, and hopefully I can do it in the next round, I'm trying to just change the composition up, see how it feels, with the text left aligned rather than centered, see what that does to the site and kind of the structure of it. But that's it. Round number 1 complete. It goes a lot quicker than you think. Tom, show me the wheel. Let's see why I'm going to drink water. And not alcohol.
Oh, I accidentally spun the wall. I spun the wheel without changing the scene. Hold on.
Tom
You're
doesn't
lucky
want
you
you guys
missed out
to
on this
see the
one.
wheel.
Let's spin it again. Let's spin it again.
Alright, let's spin it again. See what it is. Do we have? Oh yeah, we have all our items. Here we go. What's it gonna be?
The small one is delete everything.
Do we have a drum roll yet, Tom? Yes.
No, we don't.
Come on.
Are you gonna design this time?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue designing. All right. Yeah, that's a prompt to actually design and not talk. But before we jump into it, Tom, your challenge by the end of the show is just to find the royalty-free clip of a drum roll. Can you do that for us?
I think I can.
And you got to play it by the final spin of the wheel.
I think the final one is where we do the drum roll.
Yeah. So round number 5, you got until then. See what you can do. All right. Round number 2. Let's do it.
Alright.
Alrighty. Nice. How are we going to do this? That's no longer masked, which is a real pain. Whoa. Okay. That's not playing nice. That's not what we want. Alright, let's try this. Again, let's just see what happens when we kind of give it this horizontal effect. That's the glow. Yeah, I think I kind of like it a bit more centered here. Makes a bit more sense. Alright. Everything's moving out of place. Alright, let's drag that up a bit. Ooh, I reckon what we can do though is grab this image and we're just gonna mask it behind that. I don't know why my masking isn't on point today. Grab those two, mask it. That makes it a bit more sense. Take that, mask. There we go. I swear designing is just like, same with development, just trying to figure out what the bugs are. Alright, that looks pretty cool to me. Bug fixes and updates aren't enough. Discover the future. Sure. Quite a clean call to action. Sounds exciting. That's what we want. Excitement. Alright, group them. Bring that back down. Yeah, this feels cool. Alright, we're going to lock this because that's being a real pain. We're going to lock that one too. What else wants to play? Alright. Alright, let's add that header again. So we got GR security. So I think, obviously we can't recreate that logo. But we can do this. Just write it ourselves and call it a day. Alright, make that -3, -2. Alright, what colors do they use? GR security. Boom. That is their new logo. Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It looks alright. I mean, I don't know about you, but I hope that wheel changes so I can redesign that logo for you.
Yeah, you can redesign the logo if you get a chance, Tom. Because, let's be honest, made it pretty quickly.
I can do a better job.
Alright, so their call to actions at the top. they got blog and support. It doesn't really make a huge amount of sense. I presume there's some sort of like products that they're selling. So let's add in that. The support makes sense. I can get around that. What else do they need? Probably just, yeah, we can do product, then support, and then blog. There we go. Alright, let's center that. Alright, that was cool. And then we got a bit of a call to action up here, which we're going to shrink everything down into. Ooh, 2 minutes left on the clock. If it's like an e-commerce, they need some sort of cart. I hate this purchase call to action. Again, maybe it's just like view products. Like I'm gonna go off the presumption here that they've only got like one product and like that's all they do. We can probably search them up. Wonder if they still exist. It was a fair while ago. Alright, so we've got the view product, and then there's a phone number there, so we can add that in. So what is it? 800 5566 1212. We're gonna have to use the exact number. Alright. Yeah, I don't like the... Do we like the call to action? I think the call to action needs to be fully right aligned. And then yeah, that makes a bit more sense. Maybe there's a phone icon that we can drag in. Show people that it's like a clickable phone number. So if we drag in this bad boy, which for whatever reason has seemed to, there we go. Make that visible. Yeah, now it actually feels like a phone number and not just a random number. Alright, looks pretty good to me. Let me know in the chat, guys, what you guys think so far. Maybe that needs to go over there. Yeah, this feels nicer. Alright, 20 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what we can do. GR security, product support, blog. Yeah, we're getting there. The header's pretty good. I think we can do something a little bit more impactful here. I still think it's not very clear. But that's it. Time's up. Tom, let's spin the wheel for round number 3 with our non-existent drum roll. We do these shows too late. I'm like, got no energy for these shows.
Lock okay. Every layer.
Now, my favorite hack here is to just put a box over everything. I don't want anymore. But I'm gonna add a new, because I got someone flagged it with me last week. They're just like, oh, you just cheeky bastard, you just put a box over everything. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. So the new rule here is I'm not allowed to cover anything I've done. So everything's gonna be locked, and then I cannot cover it. So then that way it's fair and nothing gets edited. All right, Tom, let's do it. Back to the drawing board. All right, let's extend this canvas because we've got more room to play with. Cool, that icon's gone. How come when I drag it, it goes crazy? Actually, here's what I'm gonna do. All right. Just because Figma bugs out and it stretches things weirdly, I'm just going to do that. All right, cool. Everything's still locked, by the way, so, you know, nothing weird going on there. They've got a bit of a carousel of images going up top here. I don't like that, so I think we're just going to leave it. All right, then we got some... Yeah, cool. I quite like the dark theme here, so let's continue on with that. I think some social proof of some kinds would be really handy for these guys. To prove their product actually has some sort of value to it. So I think what we'll do, if we create everything in like a bit of a black, and then I can't copy that styling. I think it was size 20 for the font. Yeah, and then we have like, featured by, and then that's where you put your TechCrunch and your logos like that. So let's make that a little bit bigger. Make it 30 by 50, sure. Regular. Cool. Now let's find some logos on the internet, shall we? Like all those big kind of like tech news websites that people just love to feature. Like our friends at TechCrunch. Boom. Add them in. Add a box over it. Mask it so it goes white. Just like that. Cool. What are the other big ones, Tom? There's like TechCrunch, there's...
The Verge.
Verge is a good one.
Business Insider.
Oh, yeah. Business Insider. Do we have their logo in transparent though? That's the real question. That's probably the toughest thing about finding logos online. None of them, like it's rare that you find, oh, you do find them, but like they're typically not very good. Just like having a transparent background so I can like play with it and add a white overlay like this. Business Insider, what's another one, Tom? What about like, is it the Founder or one of those? What's Founder
Wall
with
Street Journal.
Ah, yeah, that's a good one.
The Times.
Yeah.
Just naming American companies if ever on those.
On like every single website. The Times has too complicated of a logo. We can go Wall Street Journal. There we go, perfect. It's quite a long one too, so it probably helps. Add another box over that, make it white, mask it, bada ding, bada boom. Nice. Alright, we need one more. What's it gonna be? Maybe let's just go with the classic Google. Yeah.
That's the same idea.
Featured on Google, comes up on Google. When you Google it, it comes up. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It means you worked with them, like.
Exactly. Alright. Drag it in.
No, you worked with them to get that good what is it?
SEO.
SEO.
Yeah, get the SEO up.
I was gonna say SOE, but
SOS.
Website SOS. Imagine if there was just a category in Google for like all the shit out-of-date websites that haven't been updated in like 10 years.
Yeah, 2006.
Straight from the way back
2006.
Machine,
Yeah.
That would be golden. I'm sure you'd find some good nuggets.
No, there would be. Alright, let's drag that down. Alright, so we've got like 4 containers here. We've got about 1.5 minutes box. That's not too bad. Again, maybe we shouldn't be copying the same structure. Maybe we can do something a little bit more, a little bit more exciting. Like it's very just kind of there in front of you. It's very information heavy, I think, section. Like I think we could break it up. Like it could be 4 sections on their own. So rather than 4 in a line, it's 2 in a line. So we have defense against 0 day. Let's have that. That's semi-bold. Maybe a medium will do. Ooh, 20 seconds left on the clock. Alright, let's do that. Cool. Alright, 10 seconds. Let's, they've got a call to action there too on each. Oh, I can't That's locked. I can't do anything about it. Let's just
Time
drag
is
that. All right, time's up. Whew. Quick drink. So far, looks pretty good. Pretty happy with it. I think it's still cleaner. It's still probably a bit too simple. I don't think we've made any like real improvements apart from aesthetics. So we need to think about conversion rates and things like that and how we're actually going to make it, perform better as an actual website, because, you can have the prettiest website in the world, but if it doesn't perform, like, what's the point, right? So that's where I'm at right now. Tom, we're up to round number 4?
Yeah, round 4.
Yep.
Next.
All right, round number 4. So we've got 2 rounds left before the actual build. Tom, spin the wheel with no drum roll, please.
Surely you can make the drum roll. Where's
You've
your...
got one more round
I see
before
you just
we can
sipping
hear
water
a drum
there.
roll.
You should just be making a drum roll. Comic Sans only. You know what I think would make this a bit more interesting? If you replaced everything with Comic Sans.
All right, let's replace everything with Comic Sans.
Yeah.
Let's do that. That's the first part of this challenge. All right, here we go. Comic Sans up, round number 4. Let's do it. Comic Sans. There we go. Ugh. You know what's ironic? It's like it's a website for like not getting viruses and stuff, and the website is built with Comic Sans. Yeah, I don't think people will be happy about this. I meant to improve the authenticity of the website, Tom. Not make it worse. Alright, let's make that bold. And Comic Sans, there's only like 2 weights. You got your bold and then you've got your lightweight. It doesn't really do what I want. Discover the future, and it's just in Comic Sans.
I think it looks better, dude. 100%.
Looks better.
Yeah.
Tom's been on some, hasn't he? Alright. It's almost like a chalkboard in a sense. Like, it feels like a chalkboard to me. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, let's make this like real bigger. I think we got to embrace the Comic Sans. Yeah, scale that up. There we go. See, now it's looking a little bit more impactful. Again, Comic Sans probably doesn't help, but I'm gonna give it that like that old school sort of like chalkboard look. See what we can do with that. Maybe it's just like a bit of a line or something underneath that we can draw. Make that, yeah, make it like that. Make it maybe like a green or something, or is that too? I feel like we're adding too many colors here. There we go. Make that sit behind. Not that far behind. Bug fixes and updates aren't enough. Sure, why not? I mean, it could be a lot worse, don't get me wrong. And then I like the fact that you've still got these featured by. Maybe they can come up a bit. Maybe have that above the fold. Yeah, that looks better, doesn't it? Yeah, this is better. Here we go. All right. Let's just do that. Drag all this down. Place that back. All right, now we need some icons. Oh, actually, let's do this. Why isn't that going to the front? Bring to front. Where's my button going? There we go. Paste button. Bring it to the front. Bring to front. There we go. Learn more. Sure. Why not? Make this maybe a bit bold. Cool. All right, let's add a bit of an icon in here. So what are we saying? What was the first icon we needed? It was like a shield or something. We can add a shield. And that one looks good. Ooh, 2 minutes left on the clock. Time is running out. Tom, how are we going on that sound effect?
I'm getting there. I am
getting there.
Just now opening a new tab, and I'm pressing the Y, O, U keys on my keyboard to go to YouTube.com.
Great. Only took him 4 rounds to do that. Oh, I just closed out on my Figma tab. That's what we want. There we go. Back to Design Dash. Goes beyond access control. Goes beyond access control. Great. Confidence in multi-tenant computing. All right, the goal here is to just simply get these icons in. Oh, I can't even read what the text is underneath that. That's fine. All right. Then we have like computer. Let's add a computer in there. Maybe something like this will do. Scale that up. And then we need like some sort of controller icon. 30 seconds left on the clock. And then I'm not sure what that last one is because I can't see it. It's because of the price tag that's covered up on it. Alright. Let's make that into that color. 16 seconds left. We're just going to have to keep it the same icon as something else because we don't know what it is for now. Alrighty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, actually, I know what I need to do. Time's up. Nice.
Alright, that was an alright.
We're getting
round.
there.
I think
we
wasted a bit of time though. I think you're wasting a lot of time today, in general.
Why am I wasting time, Tom? Where do I improve?
I think you're just talking too much.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, let's get to this reveal.
Alright. Wait, before we spin it, do we have a sound effect?
We will in 1 second.
This is the last round, Tom. What are we doing?
Is it actually? No, it's not.
Last design round.
Oh yeah, last design round. Okay.
So we're not spinning the wheel again. This is the last spin of the wheel for today.
Let's have a look.
We need the drum roll.
Again, it's downloading. 80%. All right, there we go.
Excellence in the chat. Thanks for your suggestions on brands that we can use. CNN, BBC, they're good ones. Wired is a very good one. Benneth mentions I've been designing websites for weeks now with the WXD. I find NRX more interesting. We'd love to see live stream about web design. Well, you joined the right place. We'll be jumping into EdRX in just a second after this next round. All right, Tom, spin the wheel. Let's see what the final challenge is for today.
We have that drum roll effect going.
I can't hear it, so I hope it's good.
Ah, yes!
All right, Tom, do your thing. You got. What have you got? 5 minutes or so. Do your thing. See what you can come up with. Just don't make it too difficult.
Let me get that Figma document up. Alright.
It doesn't even have the Figma up.
Alright, no, I don't. I have it in OBS.
Okay, great.
Let me just get it up for a second.
Alright. There was way too much excitement in your voice. I'm a little bit concerned.
What do you mean? Why would you be concerned? I don't understand why you'd be concerned.
Because you just screamed yes.
Yeah, why wouldn't I scream yes?
It's like you've got ideas ready to go.
Alright. Round 5.
Let's do it.
Misclicked. Alright. What's this here? I don't know. What's this? This is on page.
Yeah, well, what I was thinking is it could be scrollable. I'm not sure. That was just like a last minute. Maybe everything needs to be shrinking down.
Yeah, it's tricky. You know, it's not like just gonna bring everything down here, and you just style it like the first one.
Yeah, I think there was nothing wrong with the first one.
Catch my do it.
Yeah.
Alright, then I think we can do a... What is this? Phone number. Just a bit...
Yeah, it's because when I dragged my Figma document to make it longer, it seemed to stretch it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I think it actually goes on this side. And I think we could add this... to it. Alright, and I think we could make it like a nice...
Interesting decision to go against every other color on the rest of the website. Just added another one, but I do kind of like it. I mean, the original website did have a bit of blue in there. Like it was primary blue with a orange accent. This one's mostly just orange. So maybe if you brought that blue in to a few other places, like the icons or something like that, that could work quite nice. But again, it's not my place to comment because it's up to you to decide.
I think I like this dark
Nick Parker says redheads are colorblind apparently, so Tom, take that how you will.
I think Nick Parker should be the CEO of this company. Is that possible? I think it is.
Middle-aged white dude selling bug fixes in Comic Sans. Yeah, antivirus software in Comic Sans. It's like the perfect fit.
There we go. This will be good. I think we can move all this stuff down. This stuff's a bit beta. I think we can add a bit of an alpha. A bit of an alpha state. We can have... Okay, no, he won't be the CEO. I think we'll be nice to him. We can have him as the guy giving the quote.
The believable quotes. God, what I'll let you decide.
Alright, there we go. So we've got this is the best company out there, 110% out of 10.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Is it gonna be that big? Are you gonna...
No. We want this to look professional.
Yeah. I do like the social proof though. The social proof is important. We've got about 2 minutes left of the podcast.
I mean, Nick, if you can somehow integrate this quote somehow, I'll be a happy man. I think I should be doing all your press releases.
Yes, because I think that's the brands that he wants to create.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to create this brand? Look how gorgeous it is.
Gotta move it to the front. Maybe you've got... Yeah, there we go. 1 minute 20 left on the clock, Tom.
I think I'm going pretty good.
Whatever you design to me is what I have to do with the editor. So, don't stuff it up too much. Sorry, don't fix it too much. Seconds.
Alright, ready? Looks really good.
love how everything's like perfectly aligned too. Like you've got text aligned to the left and you've got text on the center. Like it just matches. Like let's be real, if you landed on this website for real, like it was a proper company, you'd just be confused.
No, I would buy the product if it was supported by Google or I don't know why.
Which is 100% believable if you've got a testimonial like that.
Exactly. Oh no, we're out of time.
Time's out. Oh god. Alright, that'll do. Don't touch it. Alright, let's review. Alright, Tom, so far, let's take this back a step, right? We started with a website that was valued at $349, according to a design I did 6 years ago on a website called 99 Designs.
Yeah.
From your perspective right now, Tom, what monetary value would you give this website, this new website design, before we build it?
So, I think what is better about this website has multiple different things, right? So we actually have testimonial from the customer, okay? But we've also got testimonials through the featured by logos, okay? Now, while it might be a little bit badly implemented, I think it adds a bit more value to it, okay?
Sure. It's got that authority to it.
Exactly. And then we've got the phone number
Social
at the
proof.
top. So I think that sticks out a bit. And I think that will make them press the call the number more than the other website, right? Because the other website's just plain black and white.
Is that the call to action we want though? Is the call to action to give them a phone call?
I think discovering the future is somehow involved with calling the phone number. That's just my opinion, okay? But I think it's a solid guess, if you ask me.
Sure. So I could imagine like when you press discover the future, it automatically calls a call center somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like in India.
Yeah, that's... Alrighty, that makes a lot of sense. Alright, cool. Alright, so Tom, what value are you putting on it right now? Give me
I
a dollar
would put
figure.
this at at $350.
So it's gone up $1 in value.
Pretty much.
Okay, alright. So by the end of the build, we need to somehow skyrocket that place up. I mean, like, if we can build this pretty well and pretty functionally in Editor X, then what could you imagine the value?
Sorry, say it again.
If we build this really well in Editor X, what do you imagine the value could be of the website? What are we reaching for?
Alright. Let me have a think.
Music's a bit too loud, by the way, Tom. Apparently.
Yeah, I turned it down.
2 grand, 3 grand, 10 grand. Where do you think we could land?
No, I think I'm going to put it smack bang in the middle of those two at 7.5 grand.
Alright, 7.5 grand website. Can we do it? Stay tuned. After this quick break, we're going to come back. We're going to build this thing in Editor X in a very short period of time, and we'll see if it lives up to the standard of a $7,500 website. Tom, we'll be back soon. All right, we're back. Let's do it. Final rounds, we're going to take our design and build it in Editor X in round number 6, which is 25 minutes. Tom, let's do it. Show me the cue card for round number 6, and let's get straight into it. As we wait for Tom's technical difficulties. There we go. Awesome. Here we go. Round number 6. Let's do it. Boom. Time is on. Let's get straight into it. All right. First things first. As you can see, I had to test that they actually had commands at Editor X. But anyway, enough talking. All right. We're going to change this. We're going to upload new media. We're going to drag in all our assets that I kindly exported for us. Make sure they're all in. Get our GR security one. We want to add that to the page. And the vector art can be chosen. Why's that? That's weird. All right. We want a black background. We're going to add in our image. We want to change that image. Select our GR security. We're going to update that. Cool. Let's bring that down a touch. Let's make sure we're cropping this correctly. Cool. There we go, apply that. Nope, I just completely stuffed it. Great, how do we? That's right, I remember what we did wrong. Just gotta do that, cool. All right, let's set the height of this header to be something a little bit less. I reckon probably 70 is pretty good. Doesn't need to be as high. And what we can do is we're going to add some padding around the edge. So I'm thinking if we have like 100 padding by, oh, maybe we can go a bit more. Maybe we go like 200. Be a little bit adventurous with it. 200 by 200. Make sure things are aligned. Cool. Now we want the width of this to be auto. Or 100% would be nice. Okay, so the width is coming off that. So I reckon we just set this width 2 pixels. So we go like 200 pixels. Then that way, as we resize this, that works quite nicely. All right, this navigation, we need to think about too. What do we have on the navigation? So we got product, we got support, and we got blogs. So we can add those links in. So all I need to do is add some text, add that to our navigation. Let's make the font size pretty small, like 18. Add our Comic Sans. Gotta love it. All right, we'll make this white. Alrighty. What were the titles again? We had product, support, and blog. So we add them back. Whoa, I think my computer just froze. Did that just disconnect me, Tom? Yep, alright. Let me reconnect. There we go, add sources. Alright, not sure what happened there. Alright, let me share my screen. Alright, there you go. You should be able to view that again. I'll let Tom figure out the technical stuff for you guys. Alright, so we want that. So we want it to say product. Then we want blog. Alright, great. That's what we want. We want blog, and then we want support as well. So we add our support button. That works for me. That looks pretty good. Makes sense. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's add our fun phone number call to action. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a button. And we're just going to add a gradient to it very simply. So what we do is head to our styling on the right. If we select this, can we do gradients in EdRX? I'm pretty sure you can. EdRX button gradients. Let's find out. You have to set it as like a background color, which is currently it's not possible to add gradients. Should have thought about that. But what we can do, Tom, is improvise. There's probably a hack for it, like setting a background image, but to be honest, I'm not sure if you can set a background image, but I'm sure there's some sort of for it. Like I can imagine you'd have to create like your div and then add a background image to that and then add text at the top. Not enough time to figure out the hack for it. So for now, let's just do this. If we had actual time, we would actually go ahead and do that. Because I imagine for anyone who wants to build it at home, what you do, essentially export the image of a gradient in Figma or EdRX or one of those, or in Adobe XD or one of those tools. Add that as like just an image block in EditRX, add your text over the top, group it, and then set that group to be a link. So then that way it would actually act as a button. And I'm sure you can do hover transitions and things like that. But for now, we're just going to bring back this color. What do we want it to say? We wanted it to say to view product. 22 minutes left on the clock. Works for me. Here we go. Then we're going to add Tom's phone number button. Change the text to that, make that a number. And then, yeah, we probably want to grab that green, I reckon. All right, so we're going to add a color. Just copy and pasting in the hex codes. All right, not too bad. Obviously, would prefer the gradients, but unfortunately, we cannot have them at this time. All right, we're gonna make this black as well. We're gonna select this text. We're gonna make this white. And then with the power of copy and paste, we can add in our header, just like that. And again, I want to set some padding on this to 200 on the left and 200 on the right. Make sure everything aligns. Cool. Bug fixes aren't enough. All right, we need to make this bigger. Make it like 60. Is that too big? Maybe a little less. It's probably a bit too big. Maybe like a 48. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's still not great. It's still in Comic Sans, but you get the drift. Alright, then we want to discover the future button. So what we can do is copy this button, to keep the styling, but we're just going to update the size. Discover the future. So let's make this text bigger, maybe like a 15 or something. Looks pretty good. All right, now here's what I'm thinking. Let's add in this background image and figure out the rule of that. Boom. That's because we've got the padding on it. So what I need to do is get rid of the padding. There. Make this sent to the back. So our text can come through, hopefully. To bottom. Send it back. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is, if it's docked to the left, what I should be able to do is add some margins of 200 pixels. There we go. That works. Make sure it's docked to the left. 200 pixels. Same things with here. If it's marked to there. Do we have the width? 120. There you go, 127 pixels. Group those elements. How does that react? Yeah, it's a bit better. Cool. That looks pretty good so far. We've got 80 minutes left on the clock. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. All right, we need our above the fold logos in there for the social proof. So if we grab, maybe if we just grab this one, copy and paste that, drag it down there. Make that left aligned, and then we want it to say featured by. All right, let's add some new logos. Let's start with TechCrunch. And if these were some sort of articles, you'd make them link. Oh, there's my good logo. Shrink that down a lot. There we go, copy and paste. Copy and paste. Last copy and paste. Then let's just make sure these are aligned equally. That looks good. All right, let's change the images. 16 minutes left on the clock. I think we might get there. Quietly confident. But not when we do that. Business Insider. Send it back. Yeah, cool. All right, let's update these ones. The Wall Street Journal. Looks good to me. Change the image here to Google. Cool, let's just fix this. All right, not too bad so far. I'm liking it. Tom, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's actually looking really good. Do you have a link like a published link that I can look at on my end?
Yeah. Let me publish this and put it in the chat. View this site. Alright, I'll paste it in the chat there. Doesn't look the greatest when I published it because I need to fix some of the rules on how it's actually been developed.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks better. It's a bit. Your screen's a bit smaller than my screen, so I've had to resize it so it's a bit better.
Sure. I'm hopefully gonna fix some of that though.
Looks good though. Looks alright. Looks good.
Just trying to change everything so it docks to pixels. There we go. So if I publish that again, it should be better, I think. Let's see. So Tom, if you refresh your browser, did that fix it or not? Nope, made it worse. Great.
That made it a lot worse.
That's alright. We're getting there. Why is that doing that? Yeah, that's what I see too. I think it's... Let me see. Yeah, okay. It's something with the height of these images. That's interesting. What did I do wrong? Opacity, height. I only got 13 minutes to figure it out. That's half the problem. 50 pixels. Sure. Auto. Auto. Let's just set everything to auto. That's like my favorite hack. But it doesn't want to do that.
The hack that you don't have to do any effort. The least effort hack.
Let's try this. Preview that.
Abdul's got
all right, it's just these last two logos that
in chat.
What I wanted to.
We've got a suggestion to move the MacBook up a bit and center align it with the text.
Center align it. Ooh.
Yeah. So
yeah, like the actual design that we had. Is that what we're saying? Yeah, I get what you mean. Okay, we might be able to do that. See how we go for time. We got to fix this bug first. Minimum height, pixels. Why isn't it letting me set a width? That's a little bit annoying. Did that fix it? I think I fixed it. I think it's how it was docked. So docking is essentially where it's being aligned to. So now, click preview. Better. That's a lot better, Tom. That's a lot better. All right, we can work with this. All right, let's get rid of this footer. We don't need it. Let's add a new section. Rather put the section not there, but that's okay. Alrighty. Let's add a new section here. Let's drag it underneath. Why is it to the side? What did I do to make it sit to the side? Here we go. That's why. Add a section, we want a blank section. Let's make this background black. All right, 11 minutes on the clock. We can do this. We got to add the fantastic testimonial block, which is going to be lots of fun.
10 minutes, pretty much nearly 10 minutes to go.
10 minutes to go. We can do it. We can do it. All right, so what we want to do, we probably just want a box that we can add. Let's set the background color to not black, but something just a little bit lighter, like we have in our designs. And again, if we just add that padding of 200 each way, it's going to make things really nice. Now, if I set this width, you can see, it goes to full. That's the power of mass in development. All right. Enough jibber jabber. Add our image. We're going to change this image to Nicholas Parker. Drag that down. How did we have this? Yeah, Tom, I really dislike your design decisions on this testimonial. Why?
I don't think there's anything wrong with my design decisions.
That's the rules. The rules have spoken. Alright, let's do it. Let's drag that in there. Alright, less than 10 minutes on the clock. Maybe make this like a 32. Is that going to be too much? 32. Not too bad. Center that. Maybe make it a bit wider. See, this should be centered. This is what I'm struggling with. Center that. Yeah, Tom. I'm just going to kind of ignore what you've done and just fix it up just a little bit.
Okay. Fine then.
Alright, let's center that. Cool, cool, cool. Copy and paste. What did you call him? Nick Puka. That's a new one. 14. Make that real small. Alright, make sure everything's centered. So if we group, select everything, align to center, really easily, we can make things work perfectly. Select them. Cool. Nice. That was good. Alright. Final step is to get rid of this minimum width so everything works correctly. 300 pixels. About right. Add another section. Keep it black. This is probably our longest website we've designed at, like in terms of length. Alright, let's add these sections. And then we should be about done. Just make sure everything works and make sure the build quality is up to scratch. Alright, again, we want to add our 200 pixels of padding left to right. And let's make these blocks 33%. I think 33% sounds... Maybe we go 30% because we need some sort of gap between them. So we'll leave a 10% gap. Sure, why not? Alright, let's make that a little bit bigger. What do we need? We need the icons, so we need to drag them in. So let's add an image. Let's change the image. Select our icon. Make sure it actually works correctly. Nice. Alright, add some more text. We're getting close, guys. 6 minutes to go. I suggest you... Yeah, Abdul, if we get time, we'll do your suggestion. Look good and align the laptop, but... I don't know how we're going for time. We might struggle a little bit. Alright, what's this title called? Defense against Zero Day. Don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's a good sales point. Alright, let's bring this button in. Alrighty. Not bad, not bad. There we go, make sure everything's centered. Keep it aligned to the bottom. Alright, we're going to group everything here. Might need a refresh. 5 minutes left on the clock. I'm feeling it. Alright. Obviously we're seeing the bugs come out to play now. But we can fix them because we're clever. Alright. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Beyond access control. Alright, so my goal is to just add these images real quick, and then we're just going to make sure everything is kind of maybe a little bit responsive, just so it's not awful. And then I think we're good. So we got 4 minutes left to do that. It's going to be pushing it close, but I think we can get there. Alright, let's see if we make this responsive. Alright, we want the text to stay... Let's ungroup this real quick. Text needs to be in pixels. That makes sense. This can be in pixels as well. This can also be in pixels. Everything's aligned. That's 100%. That makes sense. That's 30%. Keep that in pixels. Keep that in pixels. Keep this in pixels. That's right. I'll click preview. See what happens when I shrink. All right. Not too bad. Not great, but not too bad. There we go. We've got that. Not too bad. It's almost responsive. Maybe we can make this a little bit better. Edit site. Yeah, maybe we set the width to this to be like 50%. Makes sense. That looks cool. At some point that stuff would need to disappear, but we're mostly just worried about desktop for now. So we have our image up the top. That's cool. We have testimonial. That works. Got some hover statuses on the buttons. I think we're almost there. Let's just do a couple of quick updates. Just make it a little bit more fresh. Maybe we can do something cool with this image. Maybe we can animate it in, bounce in, glide in. Glide in from 90 degrees. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Let's go with the future. Looks good to me. Can't complain too much. 2 minutes left on the clock. Let me publish it and put it in the chat, see if you guys can... Alright, let's view this site, send it to you guys. Hopefully that's not my... Alright, there we go. Phew, got worried for a second. Alright, there we go, it's in the chat, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I think overall it's pretty good. It's probably our most... I would say it's probably the best site we've built so far in EditorX in terms of build quality, simply because typically when I've built stuff in EditorX I've been quite rushed. This one feels quite nice and built quite sustainable, which is good, which is going to definitely help to the price tag at the end. Tom, anything else you see that could be changed?
I think it's very good. The font, the type could, be a bit better. I think also this is much better than all the other sites just because it's a bit more responsive.
Sure.
Obviously, you can't look at it in mobile. It's a bit of a disaster.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
Tablet and desktop experience is awesome. But I think, I think it's looking pretty good. It could be a bit better with a couple of touch-ups, but
For sure. I wonder if we can fix that. No, that's too much effort to fix it. We're not gonna touch it today. 25 seconds left. Let's just chill it out. Let's look on Instagram, see what people are saying. Congrats, guys. We did it. We finished with 1 minute to spare. Not too bad. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Well done, everyone. We got there in the end. Tom, give us your critique and give us the value of the new website.
Good responsiveness. Type could be better. I like how it has the quote here. Very good quote.
Sure.
And the featured by sponsors. I think in terms of monetary value, I think this website would probably be around $40.
We're not meant to say that. It's meant to go up in value.
I am taking into consideration the very nice Figma design that you did.
Yes.
Right, which is, I think, worth more than the website itself.
Sure. Remember, we're comparing it to what the website was.
So I think it would be about negative $300.
Okay, so we've made it worse. So
I mean, the other website you designed, was that an actual website?
Sure.
You made the website?
I think we were going all right until those kind of tougher twists came into play, like at Comic Sans and like you designed. But until then, it was up in value.
Fair enough.
Down here a bit, but you know that's the renovation game. You never know what's around the corner or what's inside the walls.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it for this week.
Awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us again for Design Dash. And hashtag credit on EdRx. And feel free to participate in this challenge yourself and see what you can do that's even better. Again, huge shout out to EdRx for season Dash. If you want to experience the new standard in website design, head to edrx.com. Link in the description. That's it from me. I've been your host, Ryan Hayward, and we've been also joined by Tom, who is Tom. What's your title? on Instagram, but like, what's your title? Are you the? That'll do. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next time on Monday for the next episode of Dash. Until then, catch ya.